Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sons and Daughters of Liberty. This is the unveiling. I know some of you probably caught it on my other channel, but you can fully open this up in the websites. Give a brief introduction here. Just give me a second. I need to share a couple more links, and we'll be ready to go. Some Excel tabs are open. All right. What is Sons and Daughters of Liberty going to be about? If you guys don't mind, I'll start taking calls. After I do this, give this a little brief intro. Sons and Daughters of Liberty is going to cover do-it-yourself projects, prepping, survival, homesteading, shit-it's-the-fan scenarios, world news, constitutional news, history. I'm going to have a few of my friends that are preppers are also going to join in from time to time. We all have unique, different views on things. I'm also going to be doing a lot of low-budget prepping stuff because I'm more into the low budget. Now, we're not all rich and can afford all the fun prepping stuff. I also will be doing a series called, I have a few that subscribed to what's going to be my backup channel now. It's seen part 1 and 2, the Great American Deception. It'll be an ongoing series talking about views and opinions of what we've seen, how things have changed, happened. You know, we're not always going to agree on our politics. I'm not a fan of politics, but as you discuss it, I believe in the Constitution. I believe in our rights, freedoms, and liberties. I believe in everything that they stand for. One of the reasons I named this Sons and Daughters of Liberty is because I am a descendant of such a thing. You will find my real last name on the Constitution. So I am a big supporter. I'm a big supporter of equality. And I can be over the top. Fair warning, some of you. I can be quite over the top on certain issues. You know, I've got friends that are citizen journalists. I got friends that are preppers. And that's what we're going to focus on this channel. We're going to focus those things. It's going to have a bunch of stuff. So it's going to cater to all audiences. Now, if you find something, a certain segment, pay attention to my titles. I've already created some playlists. I just haven't uploaded yet. But the way I title things, anything Sons and Daughters of Liberty, there'll be a banner like this header. When you see this header, it's going to be shit it's the fan, constitutional movements, rights, liberties, and freedoms. It's just going to be me coming on here. So do it yourself. I'm working on the banners now. It'll be titled, you know, S&DOL, DIY. Some of the projects I'm actually currently working on that we'll be sharing with you guys. Building your own portable sawmill. It's actually quite easy. I mean, I can't afford beam cutters, so I made a modification to mount a chainsaw. You know, something I came across on YouTube, seeing and build it. Quite easy build. Portable light, just from stuff that was laying around. Those are the things, to me. Take things and refurbish it. A lot of us, we live, as we grow, we start accumulating stuff, and sometimes we just want to throw it away. Well, some of that stuff can be refurbished, has other purposes, can be used to barter with. We're going to talk about bartering as well in upcoming videos. A fall project is going to be once I start cutting some lumber here with the sawmill that I built. We're going to be making a greenhouse for the winter to use. We have some arrow gardens, plus we got our own little gardens and water setups, raised beds. So, we're going to be bringing you a lot of stuff. There's also going to be some political stuff, talking about stuff like what's going on right now here in the United States. I did a video earlier, which is actually uploaded on here now. Three-ring circus, because that's what today was. Don't want to talk about Kumi. I want to talk about the real things, not the smoke and mirrors of trying to use the shadow thing, the real important issues, like the important issues such as Sharia law being taught in a San Diego school, which is being sponsored by CARE. Going to be dealing with some of you preppers, so you'll probably know what I'm talking about. CARE is an organization that our government has labeled a sponsor of terrorism. So people's taxpayers' money in San Diego is going to sponsor some terrorist organization. Then we got what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan. Then we got an event this Saturday, which I would love to be able to attend, but there isn't one near me, so I'm not going to be able to. A march against Sharia law. We don't want it here in this country. Sharia law is not a religion to begin with. It is an ideology, political philosophy. It's not even a philosophy, it's an ideology that's used to oppress people. So we'll talk about things like that as well on this channel. Just like self-defense, improvised self-defense. Mechanic stuff. I'm jack of all trades for real. I've got my hands in a little bit of everything right now. That's how I'm kind of working to make myself extra money so I can actually do defense and stuff. And it's day and age we live in. We've got to make do with what we got. We also got to. I'm also big on division, guys, because you guys know it. You've seen it. There's so much division right now. We got family pitted against family, friends pitted against family. We've got people's not getting our children aren't being taught the history. They want to take out anything that blemishes the ideal of America today. Well, we wouldn't have America today if it wasn't for that history. So I'm also a big supporter and activist for that. I'm against Antifa, Black Lives Matter. It's a joke. Because if Antifa was about what they claim to be, they've been at the other deception, smoke and mirror thing last week, Bilderberg, because that's what they oppose, supposedly. But now they want to go oppose people's free speech rally in Portland. And, you've seen what happened there. And I'm not even going to get started tonight on the white privilege racist stuff that's going on. All lives matter. That's the bottom line. So, like I said, there'll be some survival stuff. I got some things planned. Towards winter, I might, depends how I feel, do a polar bear. For anybody that's not hip to that, that's camping in the winter. Just showing you how to survive out there. Like I said, how to make things. Like, how many people know that your dead batteries, like your AA, AAA batteries, can be still used and refurbished to as a start fires and stuff as a lighter. Take your old shot razor that don't shave no more, take it apart, take the two metal, take the one blade, stick it underneath the batteries, positive up, negative down, So you have a positive up and a negative up. Make something up, hold it together. Then you take the other one, snip it, so you got 2 points, and you use it to touch together. You can use wire to do it, and it'll heat up and glow, and you can light and get a fire going. Like I said, little stupid things like that we don't think about. I'm a really out-of-the-box thinker as well. These are also going to be the things I bring to you. Tonight, it's getting to know, letting you guys get to know me. You can friends call me Smiley or Drew, you choose. And, guys, always feel free to comment, leave your comments. Live stuff. I'm going to be frequently doing live call-ins. So monitor the chat, be paying attention in chat. So you guys can comment and I'll interact with you in chat. And as a new channel, I ask that you guys subscribe, like, and share these videos as I'm, like I said, it's new. It's starting off. I didn't have that many followers to begin with on my other channel because it wasn't really designed for what I was using it for. It's going to go back to me in a backup channel again. And also those who want to do live streams, have no problem helping me out. If you want advice on building websites and stuff, I can help you out. Point you to open source software, some free software. Because in the end, it's exactly what my title says. We the people for the people. It's about us and our communities. Supporting them. Living by example and leading by example. I'm not going to judge you by your religious beliefs or your preferences. I'm going to judge you I see you, how you act towards others. How you handle yourself. That speaks volumes. Not what your political view is, not what your religious view is, not what your sexuality is. You're a person. Now, if you get cut, we all bleed the same. I'm how I'm going to treat everyone. I ask you to treat everyone in my streams with respect. Enjoy your freedoms. That's what they're there for. You have the right to say what you want, share your opinions, but do it in a constructive way. How you doing, kid? Like I said, there's a constructive way to do all things. Like I said, I'll be doing video outside, be sharing with you, uploading some of the projects I am working on. Like I said, I want to be able to interact with you guys. Everything you need to find will be in my descriptions. How to reach me, contact me. You got ideas you want to talk about? Hey, I got time. I'm more than happy to sit down and chat with you. I can't do live streams outside, so I want to do fireside chats. Those would be recorded and uploaded. I wish I could do them live, but I can't. Internet don't reach out that far. And I don't have like I said, not working, so no phone. Phone's deactivated. All I got is internet on it. Went on the X round internet, and I don't have no portable Wi-Fi, so I can't do it outside as much as I want to. Here, hopefully, as I get some things going, sell some things that I'm making, be able to get some of that stuff up and going. You guys will also notice I am not monetizing this channel. I don't think I put it in here in the description, but I'll state it in the video. These videos are not advertiser friendly for YouTube. Period. I don't want your money anyway, and it's not for you anyway. It's for the community. I support other communities, other groups, videos, liking them. And when I have something, I might donate in the super chat. We're going to 8,000 followers for that, so I'm not worried. Be a while before we see that. But, yeah, I have donation links. But here's another way to donate to my channel. Like, subscribe, and share the videos. That's another form of donation. I'm going to introduce other preppers that I follow that are good, awesome, has a little bit different views than I do. It's important to hear the views. Why is it important to be prepared? You can't, my dad always says, well, you can't be prepared. It's for everything. He's right. You can't be. But when you start becoming prepared, you start becoming aware, more open to your surroundings and environment. You know what to look for, things to look for. Okay, there's a grocery store over there, dollar store over there. Okay, there's a big city over here, so we don't want to go near that. Cities are bad. We all know that, in a situation. But we have situations with weather. Weather is unpredictable. We cannot predict weather. We could be driving, going visiting an aunt or whatever her name is, we got a bug out bag. Our bug out bag's got a little medical equipment. Storm comes up. We roll into a storm. Hey, a tornado might just drop down out of nowhere. You have a little bit of tools on you that you could actually give assistance and help out. It's the little things like that. Granted, we might not have an expensive medical kit, but we have a little bit, which allows us to anticipate some event, car accident, what it may be. Those are the things that we're also going to cover, How to make a cheap bug out bag with low budget stuff. As far as the weapons stuff goes, won't be for me. Won't be doing videos on that. I'll leave that to a couple of my friends. They're better with the firearms. I'm more of a knife man. Don't get me wrong, I can shoot. And it is important. Our Second Amendment rights are very important. Yeah. So, just wanted to give you a brief introduction of what this is about. I want to spend some time with you guys if you guys want. I'm going to unlock the conference call so you guys can call. And if you like, links in the description. I'll also respond to you in chat. Of course, it's that time of night. Everybody's getting stuff done around here. Dinner's made. Before I started this, I was just outside watering all the plants. That's another thing, finding other water sources because, yeah, we have rain barrels and stuff set up, multiples, but we haven't had rain in almost a month. So our barrels are starting to get low. So now we're lucky we have well water, but even wells dry up. It hasn't happened here in a very long time, but we've had it happen before. Like I said, this is pretty much the first year that we've redone our garden, mainly because we have some irrigation problems, and they fixed something down the road, which is now causing garden flood. But we made a smaller little section. Like I said, I plan on building a low budget. That's what it's going to be. I've got downwood timber up here. I'll be milling down. I'm going to make a low budget, easy to make greenhouse. So, like I said, we got many things coming up. Going to be doing lots of stuff. Yeah, Truth Portal. That might be one that if you don't like somebody that's over the top, in your face, because I can be on topics. And they got the dogs on. that might not be one for you. It's also where I do a lot of like news type stuff, events. There is something I want to discuss before, until we get if somebody calls in. Like I said, I don't got hardly no followers, so most people probably not going to get no call-ins. Right now, I'm the only one viewing, but which is understandable. That's something I've learned over the years is patience. This will grow as I start putting stuff up and doing stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to have patience, and we'll see where it goes from there. But with the Sharia law marches this weekend, so on Saturday, it's going to be state, and quite a few states. I want you guys to be careful. Don't let somebody trigger you into something stupid. I already talked that Antifa's going to be there. Some talk that Black Lives Matter will be there. Okay. It's like they want something to go up, happen. I'm not going to say it will. I'm hoping it don't. Probably won't. But we need to be prepared either way. Some of that is, I want you guys to go. That's our First Amendment right. But I also want you to be aware of your surroundings. Don't let somebody trigger you, because they're not arresting these guys. They're arresting the ones that are peacefully protesting. But it was nice to see this time around in Portland that they were actually, thankfully, going after the Antifa ones. Here's my thing. If you got to wear a black outfit, black mask to protest, that's like a criminal putting on black to go commit a crime. Common sense. And we will talk a lot about common sense on this channel, because I think a lot of people are lacking it right now. But like I said, I want you guys to be safe. I want you to be, watch your six. Don't let people push you into situations that could get you in trouble, because here's what happens with that. If you get caught up in a situation and you end up going to jail, well, potentially, because of the Patriot Act, you could be labeled as a terrorist. Just like our vets are, just like anybody's ever been locked up and went to prison. I mean, it could be, depending on the misdemeanor, if you were right in a protest, more likely it'll go on your FBI jacket. You won't be told, you won't know, but next thing you know, you go to the airport to go fly somewhere and the hardware. But also by doing that, it can stop you from attaining guns, buying guns, carry, conceal. I mean, I know people who've been locked up that's gotten out. They don't even get their rights back. They got to go to court to ask for their rights back. So, I mean, there's still a lot of unconstitutional stuff going on. There's still a lot of unconstitutional laws out there. There's new laws being brought up every day. Just know when you get yourself in that situation, because you potentially could lose some of your rights that are very precious to us. As that one song goes, I'm not going to name it, but you don't know what you got until it's gone. Yeah. And yeah, let's talk about something else. Addiction. So I think you guys can hear my lighter flipping in the background. I smoke cigarettes. It's an addiction. If something would happen, shit hits the fan for a long period of time, that's a bartering commodity. And you might not. Here we go. It was going good there for a while, but I see that connection issues with Hangouts again. It's a common theme for people here late on YouTube, just certain people. But yeah, if you got addictions, guys, you might want to. That's when I've been rolling my own for a while. with filters and stuff. I've kind of gotten away from the filters, switched over to a pipe. E-vape, no. My body tells me e-vape's not good. Something about it. I switched over a pipe and slowly quitting. Pipes are much like cigars. You might inhale a little bit, but you'll inhale a lot. And, slowly the addiction goes away. I mean, truthfully, it's mind over matter for me. If I have it, I'll use it. If I don't, it don't bother me. But I also tend to smoke a lot more when I'm in front of this computer doing live streams or videos. It's a boredom thing. But, I would recommend you have addictions, realize that in the prep shit hits the fan scenarios, those addictions could be quite harmful to you because you might go long periods without, and that's a good thing. If you go long periods without, don't start it back up. Because then if you come across it, you can use it as bargaining material, because people will start fiending for caffeine, tobacco, alcohol. Alcohol, probably not going to ever go away. We can brew our own, still our own. Tobacco, so if you want to keep the addiction, maybe you might want to think about growing your own tobacco, growing your own coffee. I'm not going to talk about the other stuff because, well, that's your personal choice. I'm actually pro legalization of that type. One thing, the greenie, but it's also not an addiction for me. If I'm around it, cool. If I'm not, doesn't bother me. For drinking wise, for me, I've always been a social drinker, so never bothered me. I just haven't kicked the last bad habit, the tobacco. But I don't plan on growing any either, which I might actually rethink about that. I'll kick the habit first, grow some that way. It's a bartering piece. It's a trading commodity. It has a monetary value. I mean, maybe not right now in this day of age, but later down the road, if something would happen, it becomes just like liquor. There's many uses for liquor, especially the higher proof. You can convert engines to run off it. That's the other thing. Me and my I'm not going to name his name right now. I don't know how he wants to address himself, but he's going to be somebody that's going to be joining our stream and videos to come. He's a homesteader. He's a community homesteader. He believes in a community. Where they live, perfect, ideal spot. Just a small little community, mostly family, but it's an area where it can be locked down and we can get in. Everybody's got a role to play if something would hit the fan. And it's important that you map these things out, especially if you're doing a community thing. I'm more solitary, but, and discuss these things, plan these things. Get together, whether it's for a Sunday barbecue. Invite all the community over, just like another reason for gardening and stuff like that, canning. Do the stuff for yourself, but also have a community story that's specifically for the community, because people do fall on hard times. It doesn't have to be for a shit hits the fan scenario. It can be for, okay, this person's out of work, they're on some hard times, they need some food. And you can unlock that because everybody, you guys are building your own gardens, and your stores are built up a bit. It's good to think of those things. Like I said, I'm a big out-of-the-box thinker. Just like, I'm big on, I've got some solar stuff. Got to get some batteries to hook it up, set it up. I'll be hooking up some solar stuff. It'll be one of those more do-it-yourself projects that I would share with you. Question. Never really heard nobody talk about this. Maybe one of you guys have. And, like I said, I'm kind of new to a sense to the prepper community. I'm not new, but my background more survival. I'm learning the prepping stuff, the importance of it, the nuances of it. So I have a tendency to see things differently and think outside the box, but especially when it comes like talking about solar. I'm like, well, you guys always talk about what the solar flare would do, how it would destroy, burn, electrical wiring and stuff. Wouldn't that affect your solar? I mean, it's all nice to have it all hooked up and stuff, but EMP or something like that, wouldn't that take out all the electrical stuff if it wasn't stored in a Faraday cage? Never really got an answer to it, but it's like I said, it's outside the box thinking. Technically, it could happen. I've actually talked to a few people about it that are, Christians and stuff. They say, well, yeah, you could fry your wires and stuff. They say it won't affect the solar panel. I don't know. So it might be a good idea to have extra wiring, extra batteries and stuff. Almost put away in a Faraday cage, just in case. I mean, I don't have no cricks or streams. I wish I did. I also had to show you how to do some, is to do water power for energy. But we got a few generators sitting around, car generators sitting around that are perfect for making your own windmills. I'll show you how to do some of that. I mean, like I said, I'm going to cover a lot of stuff. But I also, when I do live streams, it's for you guys. It's to interact with other communities, getting to know you, sharing ideas. I'm going to do a series, this will be I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream. Yeah, I'm going to do some way kind of live stream. What would you do? If this happened, what would you do? That's what it's going to be called. What would you do? Bring you scenarios. We're just going to role play them out on how we would go about it. It'd be an educational series. In a sense, to be educational for everybody that tunes in, watches, that interacts, because we'll get different ideas, different opinions. And we'll get people to say, well, you don't want to do it this way because this could happen. Like I said, I'm not going to be your typical prepper channel. Yes, you might hear some things that you've heard from others, but more than likely you're probably going to hear some stuff that's outside the box, common sense. You gotta make do with what you got, you gotta live within your means. And right now, my means is barely getting by. But I'm also been more simple. I enjoy the simpler things in life. I don't need, like my truck, I just bought it last summer because my car blew up. Oh, my car was a 94 Grand Am. So I bought it in 1998 Dodge Dakota. $1,200 bucks. But bought it in North Carolina, so I've never seen Ohio weather. But, body's great. It needs a little work. I don't, that's like, I would tell that would be more covered in Great American Deception. Why they recalled all these cars, these older cars, clunkers for junkers, where they paid you for them, wanted you to get the new cars. Well, you know why? Almost every new car since 2000 either has a kill switch in the transmission or in the engine. How many guys actually knew that? For all you Silverado fans, yeah, those Duramax, Allison transmission, diesels, turbocharged, oh yes, they are beautiful, especially if you hook up DI Live to it. But no, there's a kill switch in your engine. Your engine can actually be shut off. Can't do that with the older cars. Another thing, guys, for those of you that come on YouTube looking for do-it-yourself videos, prepping videos, you find ones that are really good, invest in a portable backup drive. I mean, I've got or thumb drive. I've got a 500 and a 3 terabyte one. I mean, I got a terabyte on mine. Start creating your own libraries. I mean, if you can afford to print stuff off, print it off. I mean, if not, hey, as long as you have access to it. I mean, there's power solar packs that allow you to charge your computers and stuff, or run your computer off it. So you'll still have access to this archive. Start creating your own libraries. The other thing I'm definitely going to get into a lot. Old skills, how to make stuff the old way. Skills that most people nowadays have forgotten. How to make your own drills out of twine and a paddle. You know, some of the older stuff, especially when it comes to working with wood. Those skills are very important. I don't know here in Ohio they had it, but I know in North Carolina where I was at, they had places called Restore. Two awesome places, like furniture, tools, whatever. They just people just donate the stuff. They had books. Sometimes you'll come across old books, you know, how to build things, how to use wood tools, how to create wood tools. Those are nice items to have. Situation ever comes, we're going to need stuff to be able to re-educate, re-teach. We're going to have to learn new skills ourselves. Well, they're not new, they're old. You know, the fact is, we'll never go back to the Stone Age. That's a myth, guys. Well, going clear back to starting right at the steam engines age, threshers, and the engines. I mean, as long as somebody knows how to make moonshine, somebody can make power a gas engine. So we might be without a little tech. Tech has its purpose, has its place, but you know, in a situation, you might not have it. You know, there are a few things that are dyno powered, or I've got a couple dyno chargers too. Good investments when you can afford them. You know, like in the low budget prepper series I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you how to be able to buy some stuff. You know, for me, when I was working last year, I would figure out my bills, what I needed to pay my bills. That comes up, that's needs. That comes off the top, groceries and rent. So it was pretty much my bills, Then monthly phone activation fee, because I used the straight talk. But other than that, make sure I got enough gas to go for work. And a little bit of spending money, which is usually about $50. That's what I kept for myself. What I do, I take the other 50 and put it up. Or I'd use it for prepping tools. I mean, you can find all kinds of deals at Harbor Freight, Wally World, Lowe's. I mean, just got to look for the deals, shop around, go to flea markets. The Restore place was awesome. We would stop in there about once every payday. I got paid every 2 weeks, so I was stopping there, see if they had something. If you wanted, okay, can't spend this 50, put it away. And it's also a good idea to put an emergency fund away. It's also a good idea to invest in silver and gold if you can. Can't afford it, so I can't. So I got to make, when I can, I will. And that's the thing. Also know your area, your surrounding area. What minerals can you actually find in the area you're in? And like the area I was at, North Carolina, gems, gold. Which I never found any gold. There's precious gems and stones that, those are trading commodities if you know how to polish them and stuff. ginseng isn't great to live in an area where you can grow ginseng. Go ahead and plant it and forget it. Let it grow on its own because it has value, lots of value. Yes, it takes forever to grow to where you're going to make some money, but it's something that you can save up time that'll pay off. Or it might not pay off in your time, but it'll pay off in your children's time. Like I said, there's all kinds of stuff, but yeah, create yourself your own little budget. Whether it's only 20 bucks, or for a little bit it was only 20 bucks I was putting aside. Either I'd spend it, if I didn't, put it up in a safe, and next payday, I had 40. And what I also would do, any money and change that I had left over come next payday, I'd put that into that little kitty. It's a kitty. Petty cash fund for break glass in case of emergency or for prepping items. Sometimes you can't always have the expensive things. And that's the thing, there's other aftermarket stuff. Might not be as good, but hey, Harbor Freight, they had I don't even know what, I don't even got a brand name on it, but they had a nice little knife. Awesome. Full tang. Yeah, it's got a wooden handle, which I'm pretty sure is going to break soon. It hasn't yet, and I've tried to abuse it already. But I tried to abuse it. The blade hasn't broke, hasn't chipped, kept an edge. I just now sharpened it, and I've had it close to 4 months, 5 months. And really, I didn't need to sharpen it. I just did because I like keeping my knives razor sharp. Even stuff like that, because I'll tell you what, I spent almost 50 bucks on a Tanto, a survival. That is a Hibben survival Tanto, which turned out to be, part of me was, saving the shop owner from it. Because every time he seemed to put it out, you could see he had scars on his fingers, picking it up, showing people, seemed to always cut himself up. I ended up saving him and wasted some money. That's garbage. The saw blade on it, don't cut worth of crap. Cutting, not good for anything really. Besides, it's not even a full tank, which I didn't know that until after I opened it up. It's one of those things you put shit in the handle. That's about the only thing it's good for, carrying shit in the handle and look intimidating. Wouldn't use it. Invest in a good skinning knife. Out of anything, get a good skinning knife. Because you're going to need it. Then invest in, just slowly invest in things that maybe a mediocre first aid kit or survival stuff, food. I'm not big on, all the dried goods food stuff, mainly because they're usually expensive. Because I also know how long you can store, like, summer sausage. The other thing on that, know your environment. If you're bugging out to a place that, like, say, me, when I bug out, because I live in Ohio, if I bug out, I'm heading to North Carolina, know that when you start going through higher elevations, you need to hydrate more. Know your terrain and where you're going. So, you can be prepared for that. Like when you're mapping out your area, too, as my friend told me, it's like, I didn't think of it. I don't know why. I know better. I've done it. It was one of the things we were taught to use. What's the word I'm looking for? Typography maps? To show you the terrain of surrounding areas. No. Pick your routes to avoid big cities, big towns, but also pick them so they're wooded areas that you can stay in the tree lines, but also where there's fresh water, streams where you can fish and hunt. lot easier to probably catch a fish than it is catch a wild animal. So, I mean, but I've been out fishing plenty before and been snookered. So, I mean, you're going to have that. So, try not to get into your backup rations if you can. To kind of live off the land when you're trying to go from your point A to point B. And it's important to know your surroundings, know what vegetation that's edible can be found in the area, what plants can be used for medicinal purposes. And always have more than one route to get to a destination. Because you might find that your first route is compromised. So you're going to have to backtrack a little bit and take another route. That's, nice thing about being aware of your surroundings. It's fun to, hey, I'm just going to go explore, drive, see where this road leads. It opens yourself up to new things. You'll see new areas. You might find some interesting things as well along the way. I mean, my friend makes fun of me because for some odd reason I keep missing the turn, which I know you follow the Charlotte exit to go where I'm going. But this last time, somehow, I don't know how I screwed up, but I ended up going through, missing North Carolina, going through Virginia, back roads. I got off the interstate, into Tennessee, which, I came out. Where I came out. I knew the area. I've been there before, so I was just a state over behind my destination, which basically 45 more. I took a 45-minute extra travel to get to where I was supposed to be. But I learned a new way, seen new things. I was able to, once I see it, I got somewhat of a photographic memory, especially for landmarks and stuff. Okay. Now I know. And so, talking about your surroundings. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up here soon. But know, like if you're living in a town, know the exits or what can be blocked off that could trap you inside that town. Some towns, I know one town, you close off 4 streets and you're not getting out of that town. I mean, it's great because it makes that town defendable, but it also makes it where you get trapped in it. So always keep a mind full as you're driving to places or revisit in the towns near you to see. So, you might have to go out and scavenge at some point. Me personally, I would not recommend doing cities or towns if you can keep from it. It's best to live off the land as much as you can. Because as I've learned, there's many different forms of preppers, different styles of homesteaders, community preppers. So you're more solitary like me. I mean, and all of them have their own way. And I guess I better note this too. I'm going to be more upfront and blunt about things. If we ever encounter a shit hits the fan scenario, it's cool to have morals, guys. But know that morals can get you killed as well. You have to enter a survival state. It's live or be killed. You gotta connect with your more animal instincts to survive. You gotta allow your survival instinct to dictate your actions in situations. I mean, especially like me and my friend, we talk about the community thing. I mean, his philosophy is in that can give back to the community, right? And skills. Skills will be important. Always going to need a doctor. Always going to need people to educate people. I mean, if you don't have skills, and you can't be effective in the community, you aren't going to allow them in. I mean, some people say, well, that's cruel. Well, no, because your community is only as strong as your weakest link. It's like that in all things. And like I said, I'm going to be blunt. As a matter of fact, I know he's going to be real blunt about things. He's just less over the top than I am. And for those that don't know, I'm not politically correct. Don't expect it. And if I get on something that I'm emotionally about, be prepared for hearing somebody that's probably cusses worse than a sailor, especially with the F word. I will drop it frequently. Especially on common sense matters, or somebody is violating our constitutional rights, or try to be nice for the first video, or what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan. You might hear this out of my mouth, but now anybody that watched, I can't remember what that series was. It was on cable. What was that series? I just watched it at my friend's place. Watched the whole thing too. Man, they used that word. And he was right. After watching that, you're just going to catch yourself saying it a lot more. I used to never say that word. For me, the F word was bad. I tried to use frack and other things, but, it don't work. Not for me. I'm also known to call it as I see it. If I think it's bullshit, I'm going to call it bullshit. It's just the way I am. I also like to have fun, like to joke around a bit, because I think it's important. Laughter is important, especially in situations like this. If we ever get to situations like this, laughter lifts the spirits. And one of my drawbacks that's been pointed out constantly, I like helping people. Sometimes I don't know when it's a lost cause. And the truth is, you can't help everyone. In fact, trying to help everyone is going to hurt you more than. So you got to use your own judgment. Especially when it comes to shit hits the fan scenario, a lot of your morals are going to have to change. A lot of your ideologies, how you view things, how you view people, how you interact with people. Because, there's wolves in sheep's clothing everywhere we go. We've got some good shepherds out there that watch over us. I'm a big supporter of our vets and our military. I mean, I don't agree with war to fight one, but that's always going to be there. Guys, like I said, there's something else you're going to hear from me. Like I said, I won't judge you by your beliefs and practice. Mainly because I realize I see it. There's bad apples in every group, organization, religion. I'm not judging them by those bad apples. I'm a big supporter of please, I want to be in their shoes. And that's another thing. Learn to put yourself in other people's shoes. It'll allow you to have a different perspective on things. I'm going to talk a lot about things, how to change, being able to change your mind state and perspective at will to adapt to your environments and your situations. I would love to be able to teach you guys some other things, but I also know some people just, so I'm not going to. But there is ways to protect yourself against brainwashing, psyops, propaganda. Most of you guys don't even know that you're bombarded with that stuff every day called memes. Whatever you want to call it. like I said, I'm not really going to broach the subject. But for those that want to learn how to be aware of those things, how to defend themselves against those things, you can message me. I'll set something up so we can, private chat, whether it's Hangout, Skype, or in a private conference call. Just know those options are there. I'm also going to try to do some family-friendly stuff on this channel, which for me might be hard, but mainly because I've been single, led a bachelor's life, don't have kids, so don't plan to have kids, but I want to raise a kid in this day of age. It's just not. And that's the other thing, while we were talking about kids, this is probably the last subject for the night matter, unless somebody actually calls in or types something in the YouTube chat. And wow, this shit would hit the fan. Contraceptives. I know. One thing it's a prepper's neater thing. Yeah, we don't want to be procreating in the midst of a shit hits the fan scenario. That's for afterwards, when we're rebuilding our communities. Because we don't want to put a child or have a woman traveling with us that's pregnant. We endanger that person. It slows our self down. So, all you men out there, yes, hey, you got a little extra, buy some condoms. Women, if you're not on the shots and stuff, buy some extra birth control. Just stash it. I know, you wouldn't think about that, but yeah, they actually has a purpose. Plus, you don't want to get your barrel wet and stuff. Condom works good for that too, so it is a prepper item. The downstairs equipment has other uses. But like I said, I'm going to look forward to bringing some videos, new stuff. But I'm also going to be uploading stuff from my other channel and putting it over here because I need to get some of the stuff off my other WordPress site. I've created a WordPress site just for this. I'm on the Minds. On Twitter, like I said, I just put everything live today. I've been working on it. Some of the stuff's not fully set up yet, but it's there. You can reach me there. You'll always be able to find, and I will do exclusive content on each of these platforms. Wherever you're following me from, I will do, because that's me giving back to you. You're supporting me there, following me there. Most of the videos, main things will be here on YouTube, but I will do other things. I've started working on that. Like I said, the Uber conference call thing, that's new. If somebody tried to call in, and I haven't heard it go off yet, I've been monitoring it, let me know in the comments, message me, because I think this is an important tool that could be used. Pretty sure nobody's, no. So, like I said, try to keep, oh yeah, that's the other thing, guys. Don't expect half-hour, 15-minute videos from me. I like to talk. I like to get into subjects. I like to cover things. And they usually go an hour long. If I ever do open live discussions, expect, what would you do series when I start it? A couple weeks from now. Expect those to go long, especially the more people get involved in interacting in them. I've had streams on other channels that I do open discussion nights go 8 hours. I have no problem doing it, enjoy doing it, especially when we're interacting, learning things from each other. Like I said, my door's open. Information to contact me is in the description. And we'll go from there. Like I said, I have no problem interacting with anyone. That's how we learn. It's very important. We learn from each other. We learn from our failures. That's our parts of our experience because we learn from them. How do we make a mistake? And you can share that with other people so they don't make the same mistakes. And they might come up with ideas that you didn't think of. That's to me why doing these channels are so important. And doing these types of things with the community is important. Even though, yes, I am more solitary. Doesn't mean I don't believe in community or homesteading or any of that, because I do. Like I said, shit ever hits the fan, I'm headed south. Or I'm heading west. Right? Like I said, I've got connections. I might head north for a little bit. I've got many options available within the community to go to. Some of them are solitary like me. Others are community-based like my friend. And there's some things we won't talk about. It's just because, we don't want to reveal our locations or angers. I'm not going to show you my stores. I could show you my stores. I have none. I got my basic stuff. My basic needs are covered to bug out from point A to point B. And I have to live off and be able to survive off the land and preserve what little I have. But I know how to do those things. That's not for everybody, so. And that's the important part to understand. A lot of things aren't for everyone, so. But you can learn from them. Like I said, don't judge a book by its cover all the time. You'll learn that you'll start meeting interesting people that have interesting ideas, theories, thoughts, and philosophies. People that can teach you things that will help you be prepared for scenarios that you wouldn't even think of. But I rambled on long enough. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Like I said, like, subscribe, click the bell so you get my notifications. And I look forward to spending some quality time with like-minded individuals on various subjects. You guys be safe. And remember, it's we the people for the people. We are the sons and daughters of liberty. We are what this country stands for, and what other countries and people in other countries used to view and respect and want in their countries. That dream is not dead. That dream is still alive in many of us, and you guys are the true sons and daughters of liberty. I will see you next time. Enjoy and be blessed.